back in the third division under the helm of manager Bill Dodgen. With a certain Graham Taylor and his Watford squad the visitors to Braemar Road, here's Brian Moore again.
But first of all, let's get off to that third division game between Brentford and Watford. The Bees against the Hornets, in fact, and nicknames which really suggest something a bit special, which is just the way it turned out to be, as we join the 13,800 crowd in the ground.
Griffin Park, Brentford, not a ground we see often, but one that saw First Division football just before and after the Second World War. A pleasant, compact stadium. Some 30,000 fans can get under cover here, where in the post-war years men like Tommy Lawton played. Ron Greenwood was also a Brentford player, so was Jimmy Hill. And this year the club celebrates its 90th anniversary. Today we celebrate the fact that two prolific goal scorers of recent times are in opposition. For Brentford, Steve Phillips, 36 goals last season, the best in the country, but only 2 so far this season, and Steve claims that the woodwork has been hit 10 times by him. And for Watford, Ross Jenkins, well, he's doing this season what Steve did last. He's already hit 30 goals, and indeed he was a junior here at Griffin Park. Here then is the Brentford side today. Things have been looking up for them in the last few weeks. Jackie Graham is their long-serving captain. The number 2, Dennis Salmon, was in the England under-21 squad for the postponed match in Holland this week. The number 4, Jim McNichol, is a Scottish under-21 man, and the striker, Andy McCulloch, is formerly of Queen's Park Rangers and Oxford. Watford, well, the names here are becoming familiar after that brilliant run through to the semi-finals of the League Cup. Luther Blissett, along with Ross Jenkins, the star of the show. Though, of course, it's been a good all-round team effort that has taken the club to the top of the third division. Referee today is Clive Thomas from Porthcawl in Wales, and the crowd, well, it looks like Brentford's best of the season. So Brentford in the stripes of red and white and black shorts get us away, attacking the goal to our right. Watford in yellow shirts with red shorts. The 4th meeting between the two clubs this season. They met twice in the League Cup and once in the league already, and Watford have won on every occasion so far. Then smooth there. This is Alan Garner with the throw for Watford, who've lost only one of their last 17 league games. It's also worth mentioning that Brentford, after a really desperate start to the season, have not been beaten in their last 6, but they haven't been scoring that many goals. Their last home game here, though, was a notable 1-0 victory against promotion contenders Swansea. So things are looking up for the Bees a little bit in the last few weeks. Ray Train now for Watford, finding Ian Bolton, now playing in the midfield for Watford. Keith Pritchard, who used to be here at Brentford, number 3 for Watford, a long ball on the far side, and nodded behind, in fact, there by Barry Tucker for a Watford corner. To be taken by Keith Pritchard, and of course the man that Brentford will have to watch in these situations the whole time is this giant of the number 9, Ross Jenkins, who's right on that goal line. That's hit in low and in fact into the side of him. Had a couple of seasons here as a junior before he signed for Crystal Palace and then went on to Watford, Ross Jenkins. Phillips. It's a little ball played for Paul Shrub. Salmon under pressure from Blissett. And a free kick given against Luther Blissett. He's got 23 goals this season. Amazing to think that he and Jenkins between them have scored 53 goals. But here's Salmon then with the free kick for Brentford. Jenkins up there to get it away. Shrub putting it back gently into the arms of Sherwood. Graham doing well. Stirk. Booth and Train. And now Bolton. Pace there for him. Shrub trying to get back on the goal side of him. Pritchett. Lissett. Looked like a handball, penalty. I don't think there was a great doubt about it. As it was certainly inside the area, and as we can see there, it was certainly a handball. A chance to go into the lead. Keith Pritchett, a former Brentford player, now with a chance to put Watford ahead if he can get it past Lenborn. And it's 1-0 to Watford. Planted very deliberately there by the left-back Keith Pritchett. And that puts Watford into the lead. Brentford 0, Watford 1. With a handball by Jim McNichol. And Garner and Stewart, I think, probably getting in each other's way a little bit there. And Garner in the end forced to concede the corner. Cruz coming up for this one, the big central defender, and Jim McNichol up as well. And Garner there. So the Brentford corner, nodded back nicely there. Now will it fall for a Brentford player? It might fall. In fact, it was hit by Jackie Graham and it might go anywhere, and indeed. Jackie Graham with this corner for Brentford. Deep again there. McCulloch was right in there and Smith was in there, and now here's Graham again with a chance to turn it in. And claims for a handball there on the edge of the box, and I certainly got the impression there was a handball. I don't think it was inside the penalty area. Referee looking at the linesman saying no, nothing doing. Jenkins on for Train, now for Pollard. And Tucker getting in and playing it neatly back. Cruz. Graham. Towards McCulloch. Smith getting in there. That's 1-1. Dean Smith. A goal of beautiful simplicity, with a question mark against Watford's marking, really, as it came in there, and a nice little touch by Dean Smith, the former Leicester City player, over the head of Brentford 1, Watford 1. Dean Smith, the scorer for Brentford. It's a Brentford throw. Dave Carlton with it. Yes. 1 yard too many forward. Well, a beautiful afternoon for a good game of football now, and it looks as though we have the makings of it. Steve Sims nodding it forward. Now, Phillips. Nicked in again for Smith. Hit first time by Shrub. Wide of the goal. Okay. That was okay, Paul Shrub. Well, that's not a problem that the players have had for quite a long time now. A bit of sun in their eyes. Graham, Carlton. What a lovely ball. What a beautiful ball by Carlton now for Smith. And they throw. I think it's maybe a free kick. It's a free kick for Brentford. Carlton will take it. Cruz has come up again. McCulloch poised on the far side. So Carlton's kick. And they head it on! And it's Phillips who's put it there! So Watford, from being a goal up, now find themselves a goal down. And Steve Phillips, for whom so little has gone right, look at the joy, and really you should share it with him. A tremendous goal scorer, having none of the luck this season, but the ball bobbled in there to him, and it was a close-range header. Brentford 2, Watford 1. And Steve Phillips is back on song again. So a troubled little period now for the man who's pointing there, Graham Taylor, the Watford manager, with Eddie Plumley, the Watford secretary, along with him. Tucker forward, and Steve Sims with the header. Step. Good ball there, played for Blissett. Now has he got the pace to get away? Well, he's got Ross Jenkins waiting in the middle. Tremendous pace here by Blissett, and Bolton with a tremendous shot too that is hit right out of the ground. But what a great run by Blissett. Well, he showed all his potential there, taking it to the byline and pulling it back, and it fell nicely into the path of Bolton, and the shot was too high. Blissett. Down from Jenkins again, the old 1-2, Ray Train going in there. Touch for Pollard, and a very good piece of defence indeed by Barry Tucker, the number 3. Giving Watford the corner. Pritchett will take it again. Again, Ross Jenkins on that goal line, as you can see. And it was just poured down, and Blissett makes it 2-2. In fact, Brentford are complaining about something there, and in fact Watford themselves seemed a little surprised when the goal was given, but Clive Thomas had no doubts about that. Interesting to find out what the Brentford complaints were about, because as the corner came swinging in, Ross Jenkins, whether he impeded Len Bond or not, but the ball was only flapped out as far as Luther Blissett, who replied with profit to make it 2-2. Now Sherwood has got to jump for that one. Brentford bench there. On the left, Bill Dodgin having something to say for himself. Phillips. Well, that's a nice turn by him. Oh, and a good save by Sherwood from Smith. What a delightful cross it was, though, by Steve Phillips. And it caught Smith in an unmarked position, nodded it down, did everything right, except that Steve Sherwood's reactions were superb. There's Bolton. Pollard on this side. And Jim McNichol. With 5 minutes to go to half-time. There nicely, and it's Phillips coming into it, and Garner didn't quite know where it was. It took a fist from Sherwood. There must have been some pushing by Steve Phillips there. Certainly Andy McCulloch's header into the centre caused a